This is a very special edition of Flat Earth School today. We are literally swimming with the sharks here. As I start this live stream, I'm standing in the water here and not 10 meters from me. I've had about 8 sharks in the water there. I think they've moved over a little bit. I'll try and go over. I'm standing on a rock in the water at the moment. Hopefully they come back over. Hope everyone's happy and healthy. Hey Michael Kahn, hey Dusty Ryder, hey Malcolm Foster. 3 of my awesome patrons. Andrew Calvert says the earth is demonstrably level. Absolutely. Oh, there's a shark coming over there. Isaac, yep, sharks. They're just about to come over. Not sure exactly what kind. Maybe Port Jackson sharks. But I counted at least probably 8 here in front of me. There we go, there's one. They were kind of jumping out before too. I was trying to go live a bit earlier, but my phone was playing up. I had to restart it. Hopefully we won't have issues like we did yesterday. But the reason I did come to this beach today, it's a beautiful beach. There's the sharks down there. I might go down there. The reason I did come to this beach is because we're going to see the sunrise at Point Perpendicular right there. Should be right here, as per time and date. So we're going to test that out today. Go back over here for the sharks. Howdy, says James Mason. How are you, mate? Swimming with the sharks this morning here. Hope the picture's coming through. I bet you now that I've gone live, they're not going to pop out. I do have some good videos I'm going to put on my channel later. Michael Kahn says, come on guys, let's show Mitchell some appreciation. Thanks, Michael. Thanks for the super chat. One of my awesome patrons. Massive supporter, thanks Michael. Yeah, Salty Tate says, extra bendy water looks good. Sounds fishy. I love the puns. Apology for the wave noises here, but I'm trying to get some shots of these sharks. I knew as soon as I went live they'd go. And they do say that sharks are very, very active dusk and dawn. I couldn't believe how close they were. They were only 10 meters out. It's awesome. How is everyone today? Hope everyone's happy and healthy. Oh, they're back over here now, of course. Today we're going to go into... Hey Link, happy Friday to you too, mate. Swimming with the sharks here. Literally, some sharks about 10 meters out in this water. Yep, I see Johnny Mendoza, yep, I said sharks. I counted about 8 here just before. Hopefully they're going to pop out again. They were putting on a bit of a show before. There must have been a fair bit of fish. Oh, there's one. James Mason wishes he was here. They're going left and right of me. I can't. Salty Tate was going to say, mention that he wanted my opinion on the compass a couple of streams ago. Yeah, I'm going to go over the compass today. The compass compared to the maps that were given and magnetic declination. And also, the compass just doesn't work on a globe. Whoa, right here. Can you guys see that shadow? Right there, there's a probably 2 meter shark. Did you guys catch that? Don't know how good the picture is coming through, but the shark was just swimming by about 5 meters in front of me here. Won't even see it in the wave when it's coming. No, salty Tate, there's sharks right here. Did you guys catch that a couple of seconds ago? Hey Nathan, how are you? We're swimming with the sharks here today, literally. Some sharks about 10 meters out in front of me. Hope they pop out again. Bull shark? No, I hope not. I think it's about a Port Jackson. How are you? Yeah, you see the sharks?
I know, and I was planning on swimming now.
It's amazing how close they're coming. Sorry? I'm assuming they're Port Jackson sharks because they're pretty active at the moment with their breeding and stuff. Because you see the eggs washed up soon.
They won't eat us, those ones.
Sorry?
They won't try and eat us.
Nah, they're pretty friendly, I think, yeah. No, I've been swimming with them before. Sorry guys, just talking to some nice locals here. They were planning to go swimming, but saw the sharks and thought better of it. See if we can find them again. Armin says it's all refracted into an apparent flat plane. Yep. Dusty Rider, we're going to need a bigger boat. Is that a Jaws quote? Now I was hoping I was going to see a sunrise here today, but I don't think we're going to see it. Because out there, Point Perpendicular's right there. That's Point Perpendicular. The sun should be coming up right next to it, as per what the map says, the near map. So I'm going to go over near maps today. Yeah, it looks like the sharks have had their feed. Hope you guys saw that shark that came close about a couple of minutes ago. Just go back in the live stream if you didn't catch it. It came really close, like 5 meters. Yeah, what shark? Must be a mirage. Hold your hand up in front of your face, says Craig. Is that your hand? Yes, I say. Of course it's my hand. No, you're not actually seeing your hand, it's refracted, says Craig. Fight the flat earth. Yeah, better reception on the water, yep. Hope you guys can see. Adam, we're swimming with the sharks here this morning. As I was about to pack up, because I was getting bad reception, I came out to this location here, came down to the water and I saw some sharks. Just in the water here. Trying to get a better shot of them. It's a refracted shark. I can safely swim. Yeah, it's not actually there. It's somewhere else. It's on my leg. Hopefully get another picture of the sharks here. But this is just a beautiful location anyway. We're at somewhere called Hyams Beach. It's meant to have the whitest sands. One of the whitest sands in the world anyway. I think it's in the top 10. I think the locals just claim it here because something to claim. But it is definitely nice white, beautiful white sands. When the sun comes up, hopefully we are going to see a bit of a sunrise here. But when the sun comes up, it's absolutely beautiful. It's tropical here. Or like tropical, not actually tropical. And also obviously when something awesome happens like this, I'm going to have a good sunrise picture here. I've got some sharks swimming in the water. I don't bring my my Nikon P900 or 1000. Forgot to grab it on the way out, unfortunately. Arwen says, did he say that? Not even understanding that terrestrial refraction is negligible at close range. They don't even understand their own mechanics. Yeah, that's that's exactly what he said to me in debate, Arwen. He told me to hold my hand out. Is that my hand I'm looking at? Are you talking about Adam, Nathan, this morning? Oh, there's a shark right in front of me there. Try and put the camera up. They look a bit hungry this morning. Hey, Peter Follows, how are you, mate? Yeah, Nate, Adam went through a really good presentation of how some of the ballers are faking some models that they're trying to build. Good work this morning. Adam Meakin. Yep, yeah, Adam Meakin dealt with safe video response. Did you record that, Adam? Where can we see that, Adam? Did you record it, or are you going to post it on your channel or somewhere? It was a really good rundown. You didn't record it? Oh, well. You're going to have to go through it live one day. Yeah, it was a Skype call, Nathan. But anyway, the reason why I was going to be here, other than the sharks, I didn't know the sharks were going to be here, but the reason why I was going to be here is we're going to go through the compass today. So I wanted to come to this point here because this is pretty much the only place in Jervis Bay that I'm going to see a sunrise next to Point Perpendicular, because we can predict where the sun is going to come up, where we're going to see it from our given location. And I wanted to test it out just to show you guys, just to demonstrate how far off the map it is, because I'm going to use near maps. Yeah, Arwen's early bird show today was 100% flat. Good on you, Arwen. Staying on topic. But yeah, I'm going to go through how this physical compass here, the only true direction that we can ever achieve, when we look at the compass and it points north, that is the only true direction that we have. Everything off that is just a degrees value from magnetic north. Magnetic north being the only absolute direction that we have. Everything else is just relative. Yeah, do the sharks know they're swimming in bendy water? You know what? Don't even joke about the refracted shark thing, because when we're looking from air into water, yeah, that is refracted. That's Snell's law. That's something that the Globers try to tell us that is being achieved. That we're looking through a different medium. So that's what Snell's law is. When you're looking through one medium of air, right here, through into water, which is a different medium. And it's at the point of where the two mediums separate between air and water, that's where the refraction happens. Are sharks using a compass? Who knows? Let's ask the sharks. I was pretty close before, about 5 meters away. Would have been a good opportunity to ask him. Probably. You'd think so. You'd think the sharks have some sort of absolute direction compass sort of. I think it can safely say that the animals do pick up on the magnetic field of the Earth. Something that absolutely can't be achieved on a globe, because the story that they tell us, I have to go and fix my tripod. Oh, Shoeman TV, yeah, you sent me the email of the sprites. Thank you. That's what actually got me looking into those lights from Mexico from yesterday. Thanks, mate. I just picked up my tripod that fell in the water. I was planning to be on a tripod here. I might put the phone on the tripod now. Don't know where the shark's gone. If you missed me earlier, I was swimming with the sharks, or wading anyway. There were some sharks. Oh, there we go. There's one. See it in the wave? That shadow out there, just out there, so it's poking just above the water. 2 sharks. Yeah, it is so clean, Arwen. It's beautiful. And we've also, you were saying yesterday, Arwen, do we have any wildlife in the water? There's a shark right there, 5 meters in front of me. Looks like it's feeding time. Having a bit of breakfast. Arwen says he sees it, yep. Definitely got some good good wildlife around here. Yeah, don't be doing a Steve Irwin on us, Mitchell, says Johnny Cool. Yeah, no, that was a stingray, wasn't it? A stingray got Steve Irwin in the heart. Unfortunately, he was a great Aussie. Did a lot for the environment, a lot for animal protection. Put a zoo up in North Queensland. There's a dog going out in the ocean there. I think these sharks are pretty friendly. Do we want to test it out? Anyway, so I was going through that. Someone asked, oh, right there, another one. If these are Port Jackson sharks, I have been swimming with these sharks before. They are very friendly. I think it's their breeding season at the moment, or egg laying season, one of the two. Probably egg laying season. Being spring, most animals, well here in the south anyway, most animals are having babies, laying eggs, about to have young. Lots and lots of animal movement at the moment. Very cool time to be outside. And seeing as everyone is at home here in New South Wales, no one's going to school, no one's going to work, everyone should be out, like I'm doing, out in our beautiful flat earth school. I must have do an interruption, I was getting distracted by the sharks. Welcome everyone to Flat Earth School, the school that is around us 24/7 since the beginning of existence. I am not a teacher, simply just a student like the rest of you. Just learning every day about our flat earth school around us. Some more shadows out there. You have to get out into this flat earth school to see these sort of things. Like I haven't seen a shark this close to land. I've been swimming with them before, but you need to get out into this flat earth school to see these sorts of things. Or you can just follow my live stream. One of the two. That's why I'm here. Can I explain sprites and the firmament? Nope. Absolutely not. Schumann TV. I definitely don't claim a firmament. Oh, another shark there just in front of me. Looks like a baby. I definitely don't claim a firmament. We're definitely contained. Do sharks use a fisheye lens? Johnny Cool coming out with the puns today. I doubt very much that the sharks use sight as for much anyway. I think it's all electrical current. So it came out, well, a couple of decades ago that if you put a little electromagnetic sort of device on your surfboard when you're out surfing, you see a shark, you can press it and it deters the sharks. So they've got some sort of electrical sense, I guess. How large is a shark? I saw one just before, about 2 meters, I guess. I think we've missed the sunrise. I think the sun's slightly above the horizon now, unfortunately. Arwen says, yeah, what is the firmament? I only know description and translation interpretations. Yep. What is, I don't, yeah, it's definitely, it's something that's described in the Bible, but whether it's an actual physical thing that exists, I don't know. I wouldn't have a clue. But I do know 100% we are contained. We are definitely contained. Sorry guys, I'm not talking too much. I'm trying to see the sharks, but yeah, let's get into today. So the compass, this thing that gives us our only that's a good way of putting it, Adam. A firmament is a claim, but containment is sustained by natural law. Definitely. Natural law is something that happens always and never not happens. So we can never have an example of gas existing without a container. And inversely, we can never have a container without gas. You can never achieve zero gas in a container. Doesn't matter what you believe in. Gas is always present in all containers. And you must have the container to have gas. They're just fundamental laws of our world around us, our beautiful Flat Earth School. That's what it teaches you. You listen to Flat Earth School and it will teach you that you cannot have gas pressure without a container. That's definitely the claim I made about not a firmament, but a container. We definitely have containment. Just give you guys a shot of the beach here. It would be much nicer if the sun came out. But we're just going to have to make do with the dull, beautiful glow of the aqua water and the white sand. Seagulls have found something to eat down there. Probably something left over from the sharks. All right, let's get into the school. So today I want to talk about this compass and how it cannot work on a curved surface on a globe. So this thing here, that's a compass, a magnetic compass, always points north. And you can make your own compasses. We've done this, been homeschooling with my kids. We've done this before. So you get a naturally magnetic rock, magnetite I think it is. It naturally occurs in nature, magnetite. And you get something like a pin that you can use for sewing, like a sewing pin. And you rub the magnetite along the pin in one direction. And then it becomes magnetic. It lines, I'm not sure exactly how it does it. It lines up the poles maybe. Adam, do you know how magnetite, the rock magnetite, that magnetic rock naturally found, you move it along one direction along a metal surface and it turns magnetic? Do you know the theory behind that, Adam, if you could? But it becomes magnetic, and then which sun? Some think there are two. Yeah, some think there's two suns. I don't know. Malcolm, who was it? Michael Kahn sent me a photo. Yeah, Michael Kahn sent me a photo of what it seems to be two suns, and I suggested maybe use a filter to see it because it was unfiltered. He says he's seen it before near sunrise and sunset. I'm not sure. I'm skeptical of the two sun thing. I don't know. All I've ever seen anyway on this beautiful Flat Earth School is one sun. That's all I can claim. One sun. Until I get shown proof. I don't know. I have to see it for myself really. It's something like that it's hard to just believe people about when we're just looking at pictures. I don't know. Michael Kahn, if you can get a second sun, maybe, yeah. I definitely trust Michael Kahn, one of my moderators, one of my first patrons here for Flat Earth School. But yeah, I was saying that you can make your own compass. So you get the magnetite, rub it along a pin. You can use any metallic object, but a pin just works better. And you get a bit of cork. You put the pin on the cork, and you put the cork and the pin in like a glass of water. The cork floats on top, the pin is on the cork, and it moves the cork. The cork's light enough so that the pole of the needle lines up with magnetic north, and you can make your own compass. You don't need one of these. You can make your own compass at home. We've done it homeschooling. A cool little observation, cool little test we've done with the kids. I recommend everyone do it because it's pretty fun. You just need a bit of magnetite, a needle, glass of water, bit of cork. Yeah, so Michael Kahn says he doesn't claim a second sun, but it looks that way in the photos. So compasses. So like I said, we can make our own compass. Some good chat going on. Nothing about what I'm talking about, the compass and how it doesn't work on a globe. But anyway, yeah, Operation Fishbowl, shooting nukes at the firmament. Bongo Suvio says, sometimes I just want to swim out into the ocean and never come back. Life as a merman sounds nice. It does, doesn't it? All right, Adam says, lack of incoherency or coherent alignment will create sufficient magnetic force in a low weight and well-balanced item to allow it to align with the Earth's magnetic field. Place of least resistance, equilibrium. Thanks a lot for that, Adam. Adam, always reliable on a description and explanations of things. How we can make a metallic object into a magnet. And obviously when we've got a magnet situation, we can make a compass. Something that I've got down and bought just so I can have here, because it's a bit hard to take the glass of water and the pin and the cork and everything here just to show you guys, but you can make one at home. So how does that work on a globe? How does the magnetic field, there's another shark out there, there's one, I'm just moving side to side. It's a beautiful morning here in Flat Earth School. Arwen says he'd be honoured if I read his original comment about Europe and America. Could you repost it, Arwen? It's a bit hard to scroll up in the chat. I will read it out if you repost it. Adam says, does he like what he just made up? It must be true. It sounded pretty true. Adam. Okay, Alan says, do I think America and Europe exist? We might be a high-tech matrix level CGI generated act to make you think humans still live in Europe and America. Do I think that America and Europe exist? Well, now that you've put doubt in it, Arwen, I've never been to Europe or America. So I've never verified that it exists in the first place, but I'm not denying. Well, do you think Australia exists, Arwen? There are some claims going around that Australia doesn't exist. Don't know why I am. Adam says that was the best explanation he could summarise in a coherent but slightly sarcastic way. All right, thanks, Adam. Europe and USA is a hoax, says Francis Flat Earth. Arwen says yes, he does. He's never been to Australia though. Yes, remain vigilant, people. Especially when you're in the water with sharks. Remain very vigilant. Oop, there's one. Oh yeah, Schumann. Schumann TV sent me a photo of the lights in the sky from the earthquake in Mexico the other day. That's actually, thank you, Schumann. That's I didn't even know there was an earthquake. I don't watch the news. I don't follow the news. Don't follow the mainstream. So I'll rely on other people to tell me what's going on in the world, because I don't actively go and look for it. I really don't care what's going on in the world. But when I see something like that photo that Schumann TV sent me about the lights in the sky, what some people are calling sprites or spirits, I did look into it. I think Schumann TV was asking, why was sprites before the earthquake? Wouldn't have a clue. I think the mainstream explanation, because it happens so often, I think the mainstream explanation of why we see lights in the sky before an earthquake is something to do with the rocks rubbing against each other, whatever you want to call it, the tectonic plates or seismic movement. The rocks rubbing against each other, releasing some sort of static charge. That's what we're seeing in the air above us. I don't know. I'm just repeating the bullshit I've been taught. And by taught means I looked it up once on a Google search to why we see these things. Adam Meakin says, if Australia does not exist, there would have been no bar staff worldwide. I have been to a bar and been served drinks by Australians, proof Australia exists. Yeah, that's a pretty good way to verify that Australia would exist. Unless, of course, Adam, you're in something like The Truman Show and they're just trying to fool you. Can anyone verify that we're not in our own individual Truman shows? Yeah, Nathan Oakes says, Australia doesn't exist. That is clearly India on screen. Can't you tell by the accent? Yeah, it is. Gleam says, do you own a barbecue? Or BBQ? If yes, then Australia exists. Everyone put forth their best Australia proof. Mine is, because it's in my name, Mitchell from Australia. That's how Australia exists for me. Wherever I am. It seems like Australians like to just be bartenders when they go to different countries. Great conversations. Johnny Mendoza says, hello from Texas. No sharks near me at the moment or ever at all, you absolute badass. Thanks, Johnny Mendoza. Hey guys, if you do like my work, there is a super chat going. I do have Patreon. I would appreciate any donations that you guys can afford. Because this is my job now. I get out here every day. Currently unemployed. Would appreciate all the support. Just you guys being here in the chat, that's all the support I need. This is good fun. Adam Meakin says, see, all of this correlation adds to the preponderance of evidence that Australia does exist. Yes, the preponderance of evidence. If there's more than one piece of evidence, then how can you go against it? If barbecue, then Australia. No barbecue, therefore no Australia. Thanks Nathan. Yeah, thanks for pointing out that I'm self-unemployed. It is my fault that I'm not working. Or is it? Is it society's fault? I'll let you guys be the judge. So I'm not working at the moment. I'm not sitting on a construction site on a Friday wishing it was the weekend because I'm not wearing a mask. That's all I got to do. Just put a mask on. Just bow down to the powers that be. Just put your little mask on, put your face nappy on, and you can gain employment. Nah, it doesn't sit well with me. That's why I'm not doing it. That's why I'm here giving you this beautiful flat earth school stream. And if we weren't, Adam Meakin, come help a bogan out here. £10 from Adam Meakin. Thank you so much, Adam Meakin. Awesome, mate. Did I miss one from before? Because it's gone up significantly. Thank you to... If I missed a super chat, I apologise. Thank you, guys. I know Michael Khan did donate before. Adam Meakin says, come help a bogan out here. Who you calling bogan, mate? You guys are putting me way off topic here. Why are we talking about Australia existing? I'm talking about does this thing work on a globe? That's what I wanted to talk about here today. Anyway. Arwen says, Adam's super chat made me interrupt reading his comment. You might have to repost your comment. There's lots of comments at the moment. Okay, Schumann TV says, how is the sun is rising in Australia and is 3:32 CT explain? Gleam says the compass proves Aussie exists. Elsa would not be here. Yeah. Dusty Rider says sharks are very hippopotamized. Yeah, I know, Nathan. Thank you, Nathan, for the super chat. £1.79. YouTube takes 30% of this super chat plus US tax. I appreciate the super chat, Nathan. Please smash the super chat if you do like these live streams. Where else can you see sharks live and talking about flat Earth and talking about does Australia exist? If you like my work, smash the super chat. Sign up to Patron. This week we have a very special guest on Flat Earth School. It's actually going to be tonight for me. If you're in Australia, it's going to be Friday night. It'll be Friday morning for most of you other guys in the UK and US. I think it's 7 a.m. Eastern time. I'm going to have DITRH, David Weiss. He's going to be talking about his the new feature on his app. I think it might be an app in itself. Flat Earth Friend Finder. Everyone download the Flat Earth, the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, Zodiac Clock app. It's got the feature of the Flat Earth Friend Finder on it. Lots of F's going around. That's what myself and David Weiss will be talking about tonight. And if you are a member, if you have signed up to Patreon, if you have signed up to my YouTube channel, you can now join my YouTube channel. You will be live with me and DITRH. You can ask us questions. You can talk to the boss man, as some people would call him. David Weiss, the boss man. He is such a busy guy. He sent me his calendar to book him in, just because that's what he does. He has to get booked in. You can't just go, yeah, I'm going to call you now. No. Yeah, book me in. Because he is a busy man. He does so many interviews a day. Like, you look at his little calendar, and like there's probably 7-8 time slots a day, and they're mostly all full. Busy boss man. When am I going to get to the point? I know. Michael Dunville says, yeah, when am I going to get to the point? When everyone lets me. Can we put does Australia exist to the side at the moment? And somebody tell the sharks to stop distracting me, because there's still sharks out there. Anyway, okay, so this show was titled John Mendoza. Just as I was about to get into it, thank you, John Mendoza. Sends me a $5 super chat. If I were to hover in place for about 12 hours or so, I can enjoy, say, the beach as Mitchell, due to Coriolis effect. Yeah. That's pretty much what would happen if we were on a rotating globe. 15 degrees per hour drift. 12 hours would give you 180 degrees. So if you're over the other side of this presupposed spinning globe, yeah, you'd come and see me right here. I'll see you in 12 hours. You'd be live with me in DITRH. So it's about 14 hours from now, maybe 13 hours. Me and DITRH, David Weiss, are going to be live. Yeah, just jump. Just go skydiving a couple of times, and you will eventually reach me if we were on a spinning globe. But no, we're not. So you can't do that, unfortunately. All right, let's get to the point of this video. I want to get to it, okay? Stop distracting me, everyone, with all your awesome super chats. Sarcastic, obviously. Please distract me with super chats. All right, I'll try and push through. So this compass, this is the only thing we can get an absolute direction from. The only thing in the world that you can get an absolute direction from is a compass. You can make your own compass. I went through it before. We've done it here with the kids, homeschooling. It's pretty cool, pretty fun. But how does a compass work on a globe? So if you... drop my compass. How does it work in water? All right, so if we're looking at a compass, it has to be pretty flat. You can see if it's on an angle, it doesn't like it. It wants to be flat. All right, the compass just wants to be flat. How does that work on a curved surface? How does the magnetic field on a globe even work? How do we have a magnetic field in the first place on a globe if we have a molten iron core? Possibly the biggest joke about the globe. Do we have a molten iron core at the center of this presupposed spherical Earth? Well, yeah, you're going to need a radius value to have a presupposed center of the spherical Earth. Definitely going to need a radius value, which was absolutely smashed by the black swan. The black swan being an observation here. I wish I brought my P1000. I did have it in my hand. I put it down for some reason. Probably put my shoes on. Out here, that right there is point perpendicular. And I was filming it from somewhere over there for the Australian black swan, which I absolutely debunked. For myself anyway. Everybody's seen the original black swan. About 21 months ago, it was presented to the world as the #1 globe killer. 1 foot observer height, seeing the horizon at 10 miles. If the Earth were a globe of 39-59 miles, every distance to horizon must be no more than, that's the key, must be no more than 1.22 times the square root of observer's height in feet. So from 1 foot looking at the horizon, it should be no more than 1.22 miles. Even if you assert that the observer height was 5 feet, it should be no more than 2.7 miles, something like that. But we're seeing the horizon more than 10 miles. Absolutely debunks the radius of the globe. No radius, no R value, and that just puts everything out. You now don't have, #1, any curvature. #2, a physical geometric horizon to block boats, buildings, things from the bottom up. #3, you don't have a distance to those objects in the sky, the celestial objects. Who knows how we got the distance and size of the sun? I'm going off on a tangent here, yeah, but I'm just showing how much the globe model needs its radius and how screwed they are without it. Who knows how they got the distance to the sun? So first, you must presuppose that we are on a spherical Earth with a radius of 39-59 miles. And then you look at a light in the sky that we've called Venus, one of those wandering stars, some people call it a planet, and you assert that that light in the sky is a planet, and it is also a sphere, and it's also exactly the same size as Earth here. Yeah, so we from that we've deduced the size of that light in the sky from the physical assumption bias, yeah? Lots of presuppositions here before you can get to the distances. And then you witness the transit of Venus across the sun. So the time it takes for Venus to go across the face of the sun, because we know the size of Venus, don't we? Because we know the size of Earth, and they're both the same. So we time how long it takes for Venus to go across the face of the sun, use Kepler's third law of interplanetary motion, and we get the size of the sun, yeah? And then we can deduce the distance to the sun. So all that comes from the R value. Yeah, Arwen says radius value, then black swan, then terrestrial refraction, radius value, black swan. Yeah, it's a paradox. It just keeps going round in circles. You assert the radius value. Nah, black swan. What about terrestrial refraction? Can't have a radius. It becomes a paradox. You cannot. This is just where the anti-flat earthers bring the argument into a paradox. They think they've won the argument that we can actually see a horizon at 10 miles from a 1 foot observer height because of refraction, but that's terrestrial refraction. You need an R value for terrestrial refraction, 7/6R. No axis without R, definitely, yep. It debunks the spinning globe. Not only can you not have a globe, you can't have it spinning because it needs an axis. It needs a rate of axial turn. Need an R, it's measured in radians, yep. So, and obviously you need to have a globe in the first place to have the center of a globe, which is the molten iron core. And that's where that diatribe started, with the molten iron core. One of the stupidest notions of the globe Earth, that they have a molten iron core, because they also assert that they have a magnetic field from the molten iron core. So the iron is meant to be magnetic, it's meant to create the Yeah, gravity's also screwed. I'll get back to that. You need the center of a mass. Center of M1, center of M times the center of M2 over the distance. There's probably a squared in there somewhere, but yeah, you need a radius for gravity as well. Radius value, absolute debunked gravity. Yeah, but you need a radius for the center of your Earth to have a molten iron core. And obviously the molten iron core is going to be a ball of iron, isn't it? There's an eagle out there somewhere. Don't know if you guys can pick it up. Yeah, Daly Jacobson says Jay Tolan Media, great channel, yep. Adam says Brian is on for a chat as soon as school is finished. I probably should have read that before I announced it. It's exclusive to people in that chat anyway. I'll get back to the presupposed spherical Earth and its presupposed molten iron core. Yeah, the radius debunks that, but not only does the radius debunk that we can have a circular magnetic field, being a molten iron is past the Curie point of iron. If you pass the Curie point, the temperature of the Curie point of iron, it loses its magnetism. It's no longer magnetic. So how the hell do we have a magnetic field on a globe for this thing to work? How can we have something magnetic pointing north, which is the only absolute direction that we can only ever achieve here on Earth? Our beautiful flat Earth school around us. That just cannot happen on a globe. Impossible. So not only that, we get told that we need, when looking at that compass, lining it up with things, we get told we need to account for something called magnetic declination. Here it's, well, I'm going to work out how much it is because I'm going to be lining up some points here. This is what I wanted to do, the demonstration that I wanted to do. Just showing you how they trick us into thinking that magnetic declination is a thing. Hopefully we can see this. So if you look here, sunrise time was 6. I'm at, where is it, Huskisson. That's where I am. Picture of Australia. Australia exists, apparently. So I'm at Huskisson. Does it say there, Huskisson Beach? There we go. All right, we scroll down here. And time and date's pretty accurate. 6:04, that's when sunrise was. And sunrise bearing was going to be 84 degrees east. Okay? So I'll get my compass out. And I think you're just going to have to take my word for it because I don't think the live stream's going to pick it up too well. But I might. Where's the... There it is. Alright, we're picking up that value and you can kind of see... Oh yeah, you can see. So we're looking at point perpendicular. So the sunrise was right next to point perpendicular. Where is it? There we go. Sunrise was right next to point perpendicular this morning. Don't know if you guys can see it, but it is about 77 degrees from my compass here. So that's where the sunrise was this morning. I wanted to see the sunrise physically, but the clouds had different ideas. Didn't actually see the sunrise coming up over that physical, non-physical horizon. But point perpendicular right there, that's where the sunrise was. That's why I wanted to be at this point today, because just to line up this compass, so it says 77 degrees to point perpendicular, that's where the sunrise was. But we look at time and date and it says, yeah, of course my internet starts cutting out when I'm actually talking about the thing I want to talk about. So we've got at least 7 degrees that we're told we have to add on here from my location. And I'm going to put the camera on a tripod here because I need to use my iPad. So that just showed you, guys live that there's something wrong from when we're taking an actual reading with the compass to when looking on a map. Okay, because both these things are true. It is definitely, when you look on a map, it is definitely 84 degrees east on a map. Yeah, but when we look through the compass, it is definitely 77 degrees where the sun rises. So let's look at near maps. Hopefully we can get near maps working. I have to log back in. So when we look at near maps, oh no, I've turned my bloody, I'm gonna have to put my hotspot back on. All right. So there's a problem. We get told we have to add on here magnetic declination, and that only applies if we're trying to say that. I think, well, my opinion. Oh my god. My opinion is I need to get a better tripod. Opinion is magnetic declination all came about because of the equinox. So people like Wolfie6020 would assert that on the equinox, which is going to be the 22nd of September here, that's what we get told is. It's on the 22nd of September here this year. We get told that's the equinox. On the equinox, we get told that no matter where you are on Earth, you will see the sunrise and sunset at 270 degrees. So sunrise exactly east and exactly sunset exactly west. That's what we get told. Okay, but the compass tells us otherwise. The compass lines up. I'm going to do it here live on the 22nd or 23rd, whenever it is, of September. We're going to see what the reading is on the compass. And it's definitely not going to be 90 degrees. And they even tell us, yeah, it's not 90 degrees. You just have to add on 7 degrees. So I'm assuming I'm going to get a value of around 83 degrees of the sunrise on the equinox, or what the time, or the day they call it the equinox. I'm going to do it live here just to prove it's definitely not, and just to prove that for it to work on a globe model, you need the magnetic declination, a value of 7 degrees here, as I just showed. Oh, wait, mate. Yeah, thanks. Alright, so I'm going to pull up near maps here. And so I got told, when looking at time and date, that I should see the sunrise today at 84 degrees east. My compass lined it up at 77 degrees east. So that's so we've got a difference of about 7 degrees. Alright, finally got near maps working. So I am at Hyams Beach, which is right here. Okay, so I'm going to zoom into Hyams Beach right here, where I thought I could see the sunrise today. I'm about here on the map, and it's got the little bearing tool. I'll zoom out, go to point perpendicular, which is out here. And what do you know? It says, I hope you guys can see, I'll zoom out a bit. So from Hyams Beach right there where I am, to point perpendicular right here, what I'm looking at. Point perpendicular, right there, point perpendicular, Hyams Beach where I'm standing. Look at the bearing value, about 84 degrees. So we see here in the map that it is, the magnetic declination is built into maps. I'll go through it again. Standing here on Hyams Beach, that's where I am, Hyams Beach, looking at point perpendicular, that's where I'm looking at, that's point perpendicular right here, Hyams Beach where I'm standing on, point perpendicular. It says on the map, as per sunrise, yeah, 84 degrees. That's the bearing. I get my compass out, as I showed before, 77 degrees, my compass says. So we've got a difference of 7 degrees. So it's quite obvious that magnetic declination is built into these maps. And these maps, the pictures of these maps, because they are pictures, we are told that these pictures here, they are from aerial view. So you can zoom in. This is a really good application. This is a paid version of maps, near maps. I've still got the password through work. Fortunately, you can zoom in. You can almost see. I don't think you'll pick up the resolution here, but you can almost see people's number plates. It's awesome, and it gets updated. What was that? So the 17th of August is last update. I'm not sure if you can see it. Latest is 17th of August right here. So it got updated less than a month ago, about 3 weeks ago. These pictures get updated, and you can verify that this is definitely what we're seeing. You zoom out to a certain way, you can still pictures stitched together. You zoom out a bit more, still pictures getting a bit cartoony, and then it turns cartoony. And it's at that point that it becomes, yeah, is it real? Is it the actual layout of our land? But when you zoom in, when you're using bearing points like this, yeah, it absolutely works. But my point here is the magnetic declination is built into these maps. It is something that we do not see here in reality. We do not, what we see is from the compass. That's the only thing that we can see. Reality here, we don't get the bearing of 84 degrees using the compass, 2 point perpendicular. But I knew where the sunrise was going to be because time and date says, yeah, it was going to be 84 degrees, which is right next to point perpendicular. And that's where the sunrise was today here from my observer location. It was correct. But using the compass, if I tried to line up 84 degrees, it would have been down there somewhere. And it would have been incorrect if I was just using the compass and what time and date said. But because I've already done this, I knew that this map here, near maps, Google Maps, the magnetic declination is already built into them. So when you're using a map to line up something geographically, yeah, it works. You can line up from, like I did, I'm at Hymes Beach, looking at point perpendicular, you get a bearing to it. And that bearing works if you're in the paradigm of the globe. Because let's face it, that's the only reason why we have magnetic declination. To make us think that on the equinox, which is going to be the 23rd or 22nd or 23rd of September, wherever you are on the Earth, you will see the sun rising at 90 degrees and setting at 270 degrees. But the compass would say otherwise. So magnetic declination had to be made up. So no matter where you are on Earth, you have to account for a magnetic declination. Maybe not on the equator, but in Antarctica, places like in Antarctica, there's some places that you have to account for 180 degrees magnetic declination. Ridiculous. I'm just trying to show that it is these things that the globe have to make up to make us, the globe model have to insert on our everyday lives. Like these near maps, this is used as an application for construction work, for building roads, for accurate surveying, that sort of stuff. It is a paid application. No one would pay for it if it didn't work. And that's why they had to build in magnetic declination into it. There you go. And we can only work this out if we're doing these observations in real life with a compass, which gives us our only. Dawn Judds, how are you? How are you? One of my awesome patrons. He says, finally awake to watch live. Still dark here in Bali. I've got family over in Bali. I've got 2 brothers, a father and stepmother over in Bali. So hope everyone's happy and healthy over in Bali. I know you guys are doing it tough. No tourism coming in. Must be really tough. But here we're talking about this thing here, the compass, and it doesn't work on a globe. So the compass here only works on a flat Earth. You have to put it flat wherever you are. If you kind of have it tilted, if anyone's ever used a compass before, it doesn't really work too good. It digs into the surrounding because it's sitting on a level water, like a water level. It's got a bit of water in it. It's got a bit of fluid, and the magnetic bit of the compass just sits on that. You can make your own magnet at home. I'm just pointing out here that We use a compass on our beautiful flat Earth here. This is flat as school, all around us since the beginning of existence, 24/7. I'll show you how beautiful this scenery is here. Not sure if you guys can pick it up, but yeah, from where I am, it is beautiful. One of the widest sands, well, they claim one of the widest sands in the world. I think it's the top 10 in Australia. Hymes Beach here. I'll pan it around. Beautiful white sands. It is gorgeous here. When the sun comes out, the water looks aqua. But you have to get out in the world and you have to do your own observations with things like a compass, because the compass gives us our only, I keep repeating it, our only true direction. Magnetic north is the only true direction. So we have to use the compass. Literally, we have to use the compass. We have to take the readings literally. We get told we need to add or to subtract something called magnetic declination, and that is only because on the equinox, they want us to believe, no matter where we are on Earth, that the sun is rising and setting directly east and west. That is anything but the truth, because it's not. Now I'm going to prove it. I'm going to come out on the 22nd or 23rd of September. Hopefully it's not raining. Hopefully we haven't got too much cloud cover out the horizon. Adam Meakin says, old school, the charts say 78 and you measure 78 and use that bearing. Yeah, exactly, old school. Oh, okay. So there was a time where we were using the true bearings on maps. That's interesting. I wonder when the magnetic declination got brought in. Now we are told, go 83, but not measure 83. Measure 83 minus 5 or 78, take the bearing. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about here, Adam. Yeah. So Adam says we used to actually use this as an actual bearing. I wonder when magnetic declination got brought in. That'll be interesting to find out. I didn't actually look that up. But magnetic declination, for me, my opinion on magnetic declination is the only reason why we have magnetic declination, accounting for what we see in this compared to what we see on maps, because now it's built into maps. The bearing is built into maps, as I just showed in near maps here. You need the magnetic declination because the equinoxes, on the equinoxes, we're asserted that it is asserted that no matter where we are, the sunrise will be 90 degrees and sunset will be 270 degrees, exactly east and west. That's where we get told. But we see anything but that. This compass is going to line up 83 degrees to the sunrise on what is called the equinox on 23rd of September for me here. I get told I have to add on 7 degrees to make it 90 degrees. And another thing is they need the light of the sun to be coming in parallel. They say it's so big and so far away that no matter where you are, it's coming in parallel. We don't witness that here either. We witness convergent rays. Anyone seen convergent rays before? It appears that the rays of the sun go out from the sun and go out in all different directions. Crepuscular rays. Sorry, crepuscular rays and anti-crepuscular rays at the other side. If you turn 180 from where the sun is, you can get anti-crepuscular rays. But yeah, the point is that this thing here, that doesn't work on a globe. It doesn't work on a globe with... Oh, hang on, just going down. Are there chemtrails? It's a bit bright for me to see. There was definitely chemtrails yesterday. That's why we've got this disgusting sky at the moment. It was a beautiful, beautiful sunrise yesterday. Hopefully you guys caught the sunrise with me yesterday. It was a bit of a horrible stream because it kept cutting out. The reception kept cutting out, but it was a beautiful sunrise. Only the third that I've seen since doing this Flat Earth School streams. It's pretty hard to tell when is going to be a good sunrise. Like I keep saying, I want an app that will tell me where the cloud is, the cloud cover is going to be on the horizon, the weather out at the horizon. Because we get weather apps for where we are, our location overhead. If I look up Huskisson weather, it's going to tell me if it's partly cloudy, if it's sunny, if it's raining, yeah, for the location. But what about the horizon? I want weather. I want a weather report for the horizon so I know when the sun, it's going to be a good sunrise or not. But like I pointed out, we actually need to have our location for the horizon. Doesn't really work, does it? The horizon has to be a location to pinpoint where the weather is going to be, where the cloud cover is going to be. That's an idea for making money though. The horizon app. If anyone wants to make a horizon app, a weather horizon app, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'm going to start packing up here. But I think I've gone through it pretty well, that the compass, the physical thing that gives us, in reality, the only true direction. All right, Adam Meakin's sending through a telegram message. So we agree, declination does not affect your relative position to other places, local within 100 miles, say. It redefines your relative place to a globe. Yes, exactly, Adam. That is my point. I'm glad you picked that up. We can agree that magnetic declination does not affect the relative positions that we see in reality compared to a map. It doesn't distort them. So if I'm looking out at a point out here and I measure, like I was going to do it, but I packed up everything. So if I, with this compass, if I get a bearing to that point here and say it's, well, that's looking north, so about 15 degrees, and I look on the map and my observer location right here, it will say on the map from here to that point on the map, yeah, we would get it would line up, but the bearing would be different. It'll be 7 degrees different because of magnetic declination. But here in reality, yeah, we can line it up and it's not going to be distorted. The maps are not distorted to account for the magnetic declination. The maps are made with the magnetic declination built into them. So instead of having what I see, a 15 degrees angle from here to that point out there, instead the map is going to say it's going to be, what, 23 degrees. But the relative direction, what I'm seeing from my observer point to that point out there, it's still going to be a straight line. It hasn't been distorted, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the point, that we can. It works because we still see things as per the map, as in reality. We can still line these things up. It's still going to be straight lines. It's not like it's been distorted. And yeah, it might be relative to say 100 miles. I don't know. It'd be pretty hard to line up something with a compass more than 100 miles. I challenge anyone to do that. That'd be bloody an awesome feat, even to get to 100 miles. But yeah, for me, this is why magnetic declination exists. You got to get out into reality. You got to see these things for yourself. You got to look up what. You don't even have to look up what the magnetic declination is for your area. You can just look at a map. You can see. You can line something up. If it tells you that it's going to be from your observer point to that location, say 80 degrees, and you line it up with the compass, and the compass tells you it's something like 70 degrees, then you can deduce that they've told you there's a magnetic declination of 10 degrees for your area. That's what we can deduce from that. You don't even have to look it up. So you've got the magnetic declination of 10 degrees for your area, only because you have to account on the equinox 10 degrees from when the sun rises and where the sun sets. And that's a physical measurement you're going to, on the equinox, wherever you are, if you've got a 10 degree magnetic declination, you're going to see the sun rise on the equinox at 80 degrees. And they tell you that you have to add on another 10 degrees to make it seem that that sun that you're seeing is actually coming in straight on east. That's my take on it anyway. That's my take on the whole magnetic declination thing. There's going to be videos coming out in the next couple of weeks from the globe side saying that the equinox has absolutely proved the globe. It only works on the globe. And I want everyone to refer them to the videos like this. I'll probably make a short video about it. I want everyone to make this point that magnetic declination is fake. It's not real. When we line up bearings on a compass, we see something totally different to what we're told, if we're told on a map, on something like Near Maps or Google Maps, that the sunrise is going to be at 90 degrees, but we line up where 90 degrees should be and the sun doesn't come up there. You got to remember that the compass is the only true direction that you can ever have. Magnetic north is the only true direction. And you need to hold that true. You need to know that that is true. There are no other directions. Every other direction is just relative. Up and down is relative. Left and right is relative. If you're looking at someone and they're looking at you and you both say, okay, we're going to go left. We're both going to go left. You're going to go in different directions. It's relative. Yeah, Arwen says, the sun over the ocean and moving around is kind of hypnotic sight. I'm putting Arwen into a hypnotic trance. Thank you everyone for joining me on Flat Earth School. It is just about time to wrap it up here. I'm trying to get back to my car. I thank everyone for being here. If you do have anything to spare other than your time, I really appreciate everyone's time. If you like these streams, if you like my work, if you like coming and seeing sharks in the morning, because that's what I saw here this morning, some sharks about 5 meters away from me. If you like talking about your natural world around you, our beautiful flat earth, then please support me so I can keep doing this. This is my job now. This is my employment. I'm doing this for fun regardless. It has been so much fun, almost 4 weeks now. And if you do sign up on Patreon, you will get a link to the live stream for my Friday guests. This week, tonight, in about 13 hours, it's going to be David Weiss, DRTRH. If you want to talk live with me and DRTRH, please sign up Patreon. $5 a month is all it's going to take for you to be there live tonight with me and David Weiss, the boss man, talking about and going through promoting his Flat Earth Friend Finder. Please download the Flat Earth Friend Finder. It's an app that shows you the locations of all like-minded people on this beautiful flat Earth. So you can go in, you can register. You put your I think you use your GPS to put your location in, and it tells you all the people around you, and you can meet up with them. It's a Flat Earth Friend Finder. Pretty self-explanatory. But me and David Weiss are going to be talking about that tonight, amongst other things. I think when he wakes up, it is going to be... What is the date today? I think, yeah, it is. It's going to be 9/11, and it's going to be my 19th show. 19. These numbers keep coming up. Whether they mean something, I don't know. Gleam says, love Mitchell. Johnny Cool says he knows where I live. There's a little button on it that you can... Yeah, I said to David, isn't this going to be bad for trolls? They can see where all us flat earthers live. I wasn't too worried about them knowing where I live. I'm more worried about it for them. But you can... There's a little button that you press, and it puts your location off by, say, 10 miles or something. So it doesn't put you... You can choose whether you can put your actual location or like just a kind of a relative location. The area, I guess. Obviously, people are going to see that I'm here at Nowra. Yeah, you're not going to see where my house is. It's going to put me somewhere, I don't know, 10, 20 miles away. But yeah, everyone get the Flat Earth Friend Finder. Arwen says the trolls are more worried about daylight than where we live. Yeah, they don't like to come out of their mother's basement too much. Isn't it funny how we don't see many people in real life like trolls? Like, trolls only really exist on the internet. Isn't it funny how they don't come out and troll you in person? We're going to put that to the test with the Flat Earth Friend Finders. Let's see if trolls do come out and start trolling us in person now that we're putting our locations out. And it's just a great way to meet up with like-minded people. Flat Earthers, people in your... people that could be here with me on the beach live, seeing these things that I'm seeing, talking live. Never actually met another Flat Earther. hard to believe. But yeah, I think the nearest flat earth is somewhere in Sydney, which is about 2 hours away. Actually, there's someone in Wollongong that's about an hour away. But anyway, yeah, thank you everyone for joining in this beautiful flat earth school. Going to end the live stream now. Hope you guys had some fun. If you can spare anything, please sign up to Patreon. Smash the super chat. Join up to YouTube channel. You will, yeah, like Dusty Ryder and Michael Kahn have done. Johnny Cool says he's going to check the app. Cool. Download the app. That's what we're going to talk about tonight with DITRH. If you are signed up as a member, you will be live with us. You can ask us questions. You can ask the boss man questions. Yeah, God bless all. Michael Kahn, thank you for being here with us. Whoop. Wrong way. I'm holding the camera. If you feel like the world turns on you, turn to Flat Earth School. It is around us 24/7 since the beginning of existence. I've been Mitchell from Australia, a fellow student investigating the world with you guys. It has been awesome. Thanks for being here. Until, well, for some of you, it's going to be next week. For lucky few that have signed up to my Patreon, we're going to be talking to DRTRH, David Weiss's tonight. Hopefully I see you guys there. Thanks, Arlen, for being here. Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Schumann TV. Thanks, Michael Kahn, for being a moderator. Thanks, Dawn George, another awesome Patreon. All right, guys. Until next time, go and investigate your beautiful flat